trying an experiment in doing a audio blog hanging out with Ro because I was sitting here listening to music and thought, man, I wish I could hang out with people while I'm listening to music because that's fun, but there's nobody here. So I thought, wow, I'm doing this NaBloPoMo deal where I have to blog every day, and then I thought, what if I did an audio blog? But of course I'm really primitive with all my technology, and I still use my stupid iPod to record, and it's a video camera because I can't figure out voice notes and GarageBand and all that stuff, so yeah. This will be just a YouTube clip, so you can't really call it a podcast because it'll be on YouTube and not something that you, I don't think anyway, unless you fancy, can download the file. So I have no idea why I'm doing this. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I just thought, do audio. Why not? And then Amanda said she'd be interested in that. So the music's going, and obviously there's my Twitter mentions because we're having a discussion on Twitter about Skype and guests on podcasts and blah, blah, blah. And this is Paul Potts singing, I think. Or is this the original Michael Crawford from Phantom of the Opera? I get the two confused. You know what we could do?
Finder, iChat, window, timeline, edit text.
Go to Twitter.
Action menu button. Menu, 6 items.
And paste
Taste
the
of
iTunes track name.
Closing edit text. Now playing. Music of the night from Paul Potts. One chance. Paul
Yes,
Potts.
it
Now
is
playing.
Paul Potts. Thought so.
Now
Paul
playing.
Potts
Music
was
of the night
that
from selection deleted.
car phone salesman that won Britain's Got Talent, like just a normal average guy, and then he opened his mouth and sang opera, and what's his name, Simon Cowell, was like, oh my god, you can sing opera. I had no idea. I don't think that was Simon Cowell at all. I don't know what that was. Oh my god, you can sing opera. You don't suck. Was that Simon Cowell? Or who knows what that was? Yeah, I bust into accents sometimes. See, this is fun. You can't get this kind of stuff reading a text blog, and even if I were to sit and do a nothing post, you know, and I wonder if you can hear me over this music. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
iChat needs attention.
You can ramble in a blog post, but it's totally different than listening to somebody ramble on and laughing and busting out with funny Simon Cowell accents. So one thing that I did want to talk about that I don't really think I could convey in a blog post was the stuff I'm doing at the gym now. I think it's called like TRX training, and it was actually developed by Marines who are stuck on boats and submarines and they can't work out. So it's this strap that you hang from, at my gym they've got a pull-up bar into the ceiling, and so they just hang this strap from that, and it's this big vinyl strap with handles on the end of it, and you do resistance training with your own body weight. So I did that yesterday. I was doing that. It was introduced to it before the gym hiatus, which is a whole other story in itself. So yesterday was my first day back at the gym, and we did the TRX training, and oh, ow, to the upper body. I don't know if I can describe this, but if you're standing straight and you're holding your arms as though you're going to do bicep curls, so your palms are facing the sky, and you're holding on to these handles of this strap that's coming down from the ceiling, and you lean back, and you keep your elbows elevated, and do a bicep curl with your body weight. So you're pulling your body up out of the lean position, and that's how you do your bicep curls. And all of the exercises are like that. There's push-up exercises like that. There's a plank exercise like that, which that just always makes me think of Emil Salem, because he's always talking about planking, where you actually lengthen the straps. You get on the floor and you get in a push-up position, but your ankles are in these straps. Don't get any ideas, guys. I know I have a hard time when I'm doing it. I think, wow, this could be fun at home. But so your ankles are in the straps and you're in a push-up position, and you have to hold that position. And it's amazing the core work that it does. So I'm sore today, which is another reason that I'm just sitting around listening to music, because I'm too sore to clean, to continue with my cleaning. So I wanted to describe those, and I didn't, the TRX thing, I didn't know how well I'd be able to describe it in text, so I thought I'd write it. Now we have Sarah Barre. Now I wonder, is this allowed? Are you allowed to record yourself with music in the background, or is that infringing on copyright? Because everybody is so copyright. Don't play my music. It's copyright. Well, you know what? It's exposure too. Okay. Sorry. I'm not gonna go on a rant. I don't know what else to talk about. So I'm sitting here at my computer. Maybe I could describe. You know what? Maybe I could show you. I don't know. I'm so paranoid about internet people seeing my stuff. Like, I thought about just picking up the iPod and actually showing you my work area, but I don't know. But I'll describe it. So, to my left is a couch, and my dog, Jaden, is laying on it with his head on the arm, and I'm petting his ear. So that's to my left. And then next to the couch, my laptop is on like a laptop cart. So there's a tapping it. It's a little area where one of my speakers is, and my coffee cup, and my iPhone, and my iPod, and my iStuff. So there's like just a little platform there, and then there's the computer in the middle. Hi, computer. Let's make it talk. Can you hear that over the music? I don't know. So that's the laptop cart. It's just very small, and then my laptop is on a chill pad that blows air up through the laptop. And then to the right of that is this old tobacco humidor that my mom's dad had. So it's like this wooden thing that's lined with copper. I guess you're supposed to keep your cigars in there. I don't know, but it works really great for a little drawer thingy. It's got a little door that opens. That's where I keep my my external hard drive and whatnot. And then on top of that, there's my other speaker and my wireless keyboard and stuff like that. So that's my little workstation. And then like immediately right there is the patio door to go outside. And so that's where I'm sitting on my awesome butt cushion, which I wrote an ode to last month when B's dad was in town. And I got my awesome butt cushion. So I hope to get the awesome back cushion soon, but the funds are mighty depleted, so I don't know when that will happen. For some reason, when I switched into that accent, Jaden's head popped up. I heard his collars jangle. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here in my sweats. It was actually chilly this morning. Put the heater on for a bit. November 3rd in Arizona. It's probably going to be in the 70s today. Nice and beautiful. And I'm just hanging out. So, I don't know. Thought it might be fun to record the hanging out. And maybe I should do that Ustream. I've thought about doing that Ustream to be able to kind of chat live with some of my friends. And
It's 10:30.
It's 10:30. Thank you, computer. Who is the voice of Vicky, I believe. But with that Ustreaming, people can listen and then tweet you questions or tweet you comments or whatever, and it'd be kind of like hanging out, since I hang out with people online a lot. What song is this? Oh, this is a cover of Brick in the Wall. I don't remember who does this cover. This is a CD I burned from B.
iTunes, window previous button.
Check.
Window, timeline,
I'm getting a lot of mentions. I wonder if I should check my mentions while I'm recording.
edit text, action menu button, menu, 6 items, paste iTunes track name, command out, closing menu, action menu button, edit text, now playing, another Brick in the Wall, parts 1, 2, 3, from greatest hits volume, 1, Corn.
Oh, this is Korn covering this. This is from our greatest hits
Now playing, selection deleted,
from Korn.
iTunes,
I don't
window, iTunes,
necessarily
previous
like. I know I'm skipping this song. I don't necessarily like it when people do covers.
button, iTunes 1, previous button, pause button,
Makes me want to hear the original, and I don't have the original. I think that's from the Oh, this chick's cute. I always forget her name. Oh dear, Libby. Maybe Steve found this. Steve retweeted it or something. Oh yeah, Libby Ortega. She's cute. I like this music. It's different. It's got a little bit of a country feel, but she kind of reminds me of Mazzy Star, and that was one of the first things that came to mind when Steve tweeted it, and I went and listened to some of her tracks. Like, it was kind of a combination of like Mazzy Star and Duffy with like a country twist. I kind of like her. This is another idea that I had for a blog post for this month, was just to go through while I'm listening to iTunes and write about how I feel about the song, but maybe that's better to do this way, so you can actually hear the song and I can have more of a train of thought, flow of thought idea going on there. I don't know. Ah, coffeeholic. So maybe we should just go through some of my music. I don't know. Is this even interesting? Am I boring the hell out of you? Are you sitting there going, who is this girl? Why do I follow her on Twitter? Why do I read her blog? Why am I listening to this? This is boring. Who knows what you're thinking? I don't know. Oh, Martina. Such a good song. My music is very eclectic. It could go from Martina McBride to Les Miserables to tantric to Metallica to classical. You never know what's going to come up on my music, and I'm such a... And I have so many described movie files that go into my iTunes, and they've got the MP3 extension, so iTunes sees that as music, and so if you just play your entire library, you'll be listening to country, Metallica, and then bam, a movie starts, or an audio file from the Vomit Comet that I've downloaded, or who knows what might come on. And so I never just listen to my whole library. I'd make playlists, but you miss songs that way. So finally I got bright and wise and just created a playlist of nothing but the music, and just went through and did my browser command and just went by artist and put just music in a playlist. It's so nice to just be able to put it on and just listen to all the music instead of ones that I just handpicked. So that's a way, if you're using iTunes and you're like, oh, all my Blind Mice movies are coming up when I want to listen to my music, just put all your stuff in one playlist. It's nice. Who's this? Do you ever listen to your library and a song comes on and you're like, who's that? Where did I get that music? A lot of it, well, pretty much all the rock I have, I copied B's CDs before he sold them all. So, is this tantric? I think this is tantric. Yeah, this is tantric. Thank you, Evan. I miss Evan. There was just an article put up about him, though. I guess he talked about that home run and the Kardashian woman, and I don't know. I've got the article up. I just haven't read it yet. It'd be interesting to see what he said about all that. He said he went to some mansion party, which made me think of the Pretties book by Scott Westerfeld. And he was dressed up as a luchador. I don't know. I had to look it up. It's a Mexican wrestler. So now I'm picturing Evan Longoria, like, in a toga, which is probably totally wrong, because it's a Mexican wrestler. So why would he be wearing a toga? But in my head, Evan Longoria is wearing a toga. Oh, we shouldn't talk about Evan right now. That's probably not a good idea. No. I wonder if we should go check my mentions. Oh, but what if they're private mentions? But they'd be DMs. They're probably just more about Skype and... Let's see. I'll just tell y'all that I'm recording.
iPhone, space, L, G, space, A, I, N, G, block, space, N, O, W, period, space, I, space, A, B, space, N, O, space, D, H, I, F, space, I, space, I, S, F, U, X, box, J, X, space, E, L, L, F, U, P, I, D, space, H, A, exclaim, for, edit text, recording audio block, Miss Snell, thingy, now, I have no idea if this is on, just receive it, Miss Snell, really, why you added, Jonathan Seagull,
Okay, so I just tweeted that I'm recording the audio blog thingy now, and I don't know if this is fun or just really stupid. Because I'm a dork, but I'm proud of it. So now I'm just sitting back, drinking some coffee. In case you don't know who Tantric is, if you're a Rays fan, you really should, because that's Evan Longoria's walk-up music. Obviously his song is Down and Out, and I was familiar with that song, and that song is why I'm a Rays fan, but you can read my blog for that story. Just click on the baseball tab, or label, or whatever it is. But I've since just become a fan of all of Tantric, because I have all their albums. I just love them. I can't put a finger on why. I think maybe because it's a little hard, but especially the later stuff with the electric violins, it's just got such a different flavor to me. And so much music today sounds the same that when I hear a song and I know exactly who it is within the first 10 seconds, that's good, because so much of it blends together. And when I'm stuck in the car with B and he plays his iPod, it's all the rock, and it all sounds the same, unless it's Tantric or the Red Hot Chili Peppers or Ozzy Osbourne. You can tell those guys apart, or Metallica, or Alice in Chains. But when it gets into Nickelback and those kind of bands, how do you tell them apart? Seriously, they all sound the same. Okay, music rant. But that's one of the things I like about Tantric, is when their song comes on, I know it's them. Jaden is being so patient. It's almost time for him to go and have his afternoon, or his late morning relieving. Time's it.
10:38.
10:38, says the iPhone. Without Siri, no Siri. I have no Siri because I had to buy the iPhone in May because my other phone was dying and the new iPhone just came out. So I don't have Siri. That's a bummer. What would Siri say about not having Siri? Siri, I don't have you. That's a shame.
Screen locked.
Why don't you have me? Because I had to buy the iPhone in May. Well, you should have waited. Then you'd have me. I really am a dork. I don't know if I'm going to upload this. This might embarrass me. But the whole point of this is so you guys can get to know me, because we're all friends on freaking Twitter and we never get to hear each other. Ooh, here's some Phantom. I saw Phantom of the Opera. I'm turning this up. For some reason, all the classical music is quieter than the rest of my music. I got to see Phantom of the Opera when I was in 8th grade with the Tucson Girls Chorus. We went to New York City, and I got to see Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, front row, center seats. It was amazing. It wasn't Michael Crawford, it was Mark Jacoby, and I don't know who the soprano was that played Christine. So it wasn't Michael Crawford and gosh, why am I blanking on her name? I got Siri stuck in my head. Sarah Brightman was the original Christine. But, oh, so amazing. If you ever get the chance to go see Phantom of the Opera, go. Go see it. Even if you're not into musicals and classical. Phantom of the Opera, so good. So good. Alright, I'm gonna go check.
iTunes. Finder.
Now you can hear my screen reader because the music's quieter.
iChat. Mail. Text edit. Safari. Euro. Action menu. Edit text. Action. Character counter. Table. 1 row. Ellen DeGenerate. Jonathan C. Mitchell. Great post by Jason Correcto. Select next tab. No row selected. Steve Wetlaufer. And Amanda Abinadi. The idea that sort of stuff is great, but if I want to hear people type on MSN. Amanda Berkeley. At PC Everlines. Steve Wetlaufer. And Amanda Berkeley.
It's just a whole conversation between Amanda and Steve.
Steve Wetlaufer. And Amanda Brooke Sylvie. And Amanda Abinadi. At PC. Amanda Berkeley. At PC. Steve Wetlaufer.
And Brooke chimed in.
And Amanda Jessica M. At Abinadi. At Steve Wetlaufer. And Amanda Jessica Brooke. Amanda Berkeley. Steve Wetlaufer.
No fun mentions to read about my recording my stupid silly audio.
Action menu. Character table.
We'll go through my timeline a little bit.
Character Table
So you can hear how I tweet, even though I've done the tweeting thing a million times.
Amanda Berkeley, Steve Redleffer, and Amanda Abinadi, the idea that their sources.
Oh, am I still in mentions?
Select previous tab. 595 rows added. Jonathan C. Mitchell.
There we
Great
go.
post by Ellen DeGeneres. I might Taylor Scott. Happy do meaning to Ellen DeGeneres. I might be answering some of your questions on my show. What do you want to know? Number ask Ellen 10.
Ellen DeGeneres might be answering some of your questions on her show. What do you want to know? You can ask her. Yes, I follow Ellen on Twitter. I like her. Shut up. In fact, my grandma was talking smack about Ellen on Sunday, and I had to keep my mouth shut. Because she's 87, and she's allowed to have
Ellen DeGeneres.
old school opinions.
Taylor Scott. Happy do meaning to Sarah Tyson. Click the link. I think the Photoshop job from the Dark featuring EDD and free NGRI alone makes it worth it. http://Gavin.salonspas. Wondering. Sarah Tyson. Click the
So
link.
there's a Photoshop job.
Sarah Tyson. Click the link. I think the Photoshop job from the Dark featuring EDD and free NGRI alone makes it worth it.
Oh, that Dirk Hayhurst did with Evan Longoria in it. Gosh. Now, for the most part, I really don't care that I'm blind, but gosh, I wish I could see that kind of stuff.
Gavin.salonspas. Wondering which mineral powered color type is best for your skin tone.
It'll be fun. Gadabout, that's
Steve
that's a
Redleffer,
lot.
and then if I ever get it, it'll be other than I'm recording it. 10 watts. WPF. Bucks versus Saints this Sunday and not on TV. Playing for one FD instead. They have 4 non-RF skins. Number FL number is 1022
More stuff about the NFL blacking out games, which is just stupid in my opinion.
Amanda Berkeley, Happy C. Underline Steve Redleffer, and Amanda.
I'm skipping past this conversation here.
And then I have Skype. I love it too, Liam. I'm so looking forward to my vacation. First, one added. Liam, it's nice not to have to travel anywhere. Aaron didn't. I'm so damn bored. 10.
Oh, Aaron, are you listening to this, Aaron? Because you just tweeted that you're bored. So you know what you should do? You should record yourself doing stupid stuff. At least it kills time. And then you can make other people listen to it and make them really bored. Aaron, I'm talking to you.
Liam, it's Aaron didn't. I'm so damn bored. 10.
There's your tweet. Did you hear it?
Steve Redleffer, and Amanda. Steve Redleffer.
Steve and Amanda, I'm just skipping past your conversation because I don't think, everybody needs to hear that.
Happy C. Underline. Betty F. Starting White. It's National Sandwich Day. I'll need 2 volunteers to help make me a sandwich. Retweeted by Big Added. 10. Conan O'Brien. Triumph is on the show tonight. Thomas Kennedy.
you need to
No,
stop
Rachel,
following
start considering your next vacation on the merits of its ultras. Amanda Berkeley. Happy C. Underline Steve. John Craig. Scout.com. As a Frankie Blair about number raised in Beckham. Looks like a much more under control. Justin Polowski. Number Bucks Red Brown told me exclusively today. Steve Redleffer. And Amanda. Justin Polowski. Number Bucks Raheem Morris says Freeman's main thumb and thrown hand against number Bears. Retweeted. Brooks Hillby. Making plans to visit Guelph in London during our visit South Snow. Justin Polowski. Raheem also said Freeman might play against Saints with Steve Redleffer. And Amanda. Steve Redleffer.
Funny tweet.
Jessica M. Abinadi. Brooks Hillby. And Amanda. Steve Redleffer. And Amanda Berkeley. Happy C. Underline. Brooks Hillby. And Amanda.
Just skipping past this big conversation going on Twitter.
YouTube challenge. I told my kids I ate all their whole family. YouTube. http://Amanda Berkeley. Happy C. Underline Steve. Wait. I think you lost me here. Steve Redleffer. CPR. Justin from out of Tesco. Apparently it is important to respond to unexpected weather in that area. David Price.
All right. Oh, David Price.
David Price. Sounds good to me. We say faulty. FDICTRI. At TWIDPRC14 have a safe flight. I'm not looking forward to going back. G part 2 very soon. 10.
Someone told David Price to have a safe flight.
David Price. Sounds good to me. We say
And
faulty.
he said, sounds good to me.
David Price. At the Dark I got you. 1033.
And then he just told Dirk Hayhurst that I got you, which means he'll read the book, I think.
Amanda Berkeley, Happy, Steve Redleffer, and Holly Black. Some of you have heard his one before. RTF, Liam, wow. Nick, Justin Polowski, great goals in response. Joe Barron, Ryan Rowe, recording audio block, filming now. Joe Barron, Ryan Grant, WDJ, where from A-0 team. Rowe, recording audio block, filming now. Sean Yo, ICS companies, Google search for Till. Temporary Lightning. Hi, we'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. Gilmore stays in. 1038. Jillian Bunch, welcome November 12th.
All right.
/new tweet, edit text.
Give you a little, oops. How did I do that? Did I skip this? Oh no. I thought I skipped the song, but the old song ended and the new one started. It's weird when you're going from Phantom of the Opera to Carrie Underwood. It'll cut out a Phantom in the middle of a scene and start the next song. So you got a little taste of skipping through Twitter. There's another video of how I use Twitter. I think there's 2 videos of how I use Twitter because so many people wonder, how do you use Twitter when you're blind? So there's one of my old Twitter client and then one of my current one on the YouTube channel. But I think this is good enough for a little segment of hanging out with Ro. And I can see how this sounds. See what the next song is. None of my favorite songs have come on during this.
Mute button. Next button. Pause button. Next button.
In fact, these are all quiet. Ooh, Nirvana. If you don't like Nirvana, then you're the reason I'm stopping this audio. Just kidding. Bull! The end.